Hello again everyone, it's Terry and Chris from the Landcap. We're in the same t-shirts as we were on the other ones of these, and this is the third one of our Analyser shorts on getting more out of comparisons. So, you know, we might have recorded them all on the same day, or we might just have wore the same t-shirt 3 days in a row, so you can decide which of those sounds most appropriate or inappropriate. This one is called Comparing and Visualizing ISA Functionality and Platforms. It's also quite a generic process, as once you see Chris shows you how he's done this, you can see how it can apply to any kind of feature comparison across platforms and NPS inside Analyser. So this is more a features one rather than a data numbers one. So without further ado, I'll hand over to my learned colleague, Chris.
Cool, thank you, Terry. So as always, we're starting the dashboard of Analyser and quickly moving to platform comparisons this time. And feature comparisons, we're going to create a new one, a name as always. We're going to select every platform in the market. And we're looking at a range of ISA wrappers at the minute. So selecting the appropriate buttons from here, 6 ISA wrappers here, and then I'm going to click to see the results. And as always, we've got the results on the screen here, a lovely ticks and crosses chart. What we're going to do, we're going to download that into Excel and then show you a couple of different ways to visualize the data in here. Couple more steps in this one to get it into the right kind of format, but I'll quickly walk you through those. So first of all, this is the output you're going to get from Analyser. It's going to be bars with the platforms on the top here, but really we're going to want the platforms on the left hand side. So if we select all the data here and copy that, copy that, and then right click and transpose, we'll get the data in the right place as I've got here. Step number 2, obviously when the download comes out, it's all the raw data, including the comments and things that platforms have made on any particular data points. We're going to get rid of those as well. And that you can see in this table, there's a very simple formula that you use. Terry doesn't know this either, that's why I'm here. But Dr. Google is your friend as well, but it's equals left, 3 characters, and that will get rid of the comments. And then step number 3 we're on now actually. We're
counting the yeses and nos.
Counting the yeses and nos. So now we have got the data in the right place. We've got the wrappers at the top, or the ISA at the top, sorry. Another very simple formula. Terry also doesn't know this. Dr. Google will tell you about is counting if yes appears in these or no. And then what we can do, we can select that data, add that to this 100% stacked column chart, which really visualizes the kind of range of ISA wrappers that's available on each of the platforms on Platform Analyser.
And that's it in a three or four steps in Analyser, 3 or 4 steps in Excel, which Chris made look easy. For some of you, this will be just as easy. If you're not, if like me, you're not an Excel geek, there's probably somebody in your business that can be, but the main thing is that we picked ISA there as an example. You could equally do the same thing for pensions functionality or pre-funding functionality on platforms or legal basis on NPS, or literally any of the tens and tens and tens of overall group categories for features inside Analyser across both product types that we have in it, platform and NPS, and do exactly the same thing. So it's going to features, comparisons, making your research template, which will then live there forever, and when you rerun it, it'll change when any of the data has changed, and then doing those 4 steps in Excel that Chris eloquently showed you, but it's just really getting those horizontal, getting rid of any comments, counting the yes and no's, and format it into a column chart, and you can then export that and do with it what you need to do. That's one that one of our users had shared back with us that they do quite a lot. So if you are a user and you've got anything you would like to share it back with us for us to then share on to everyone else. By get in touch at any time. And if you have signed up to Analyser already, great, you know where to go. If you haven't, you'll see at the bottom of the screen how you can do that by taking a free trial or going straight to premium. Thanks very much for joining us.